Welcome back to The Hill as Israel prepares a ground offensive in Gaza. A warning tonight from both Iran and Russia about the potential of a wider conflict. Former Defense Secretary Mark Esper is also the author of the New York Times bestselling memoir, A Sacred Oath, and he joins us live. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here on The Hill on NewsNation. Appreciate the time. So Russia and China hardened their rhetoric over the weekend. Iran, of course, has a warning as well. As you sit back and sort of survey the landscape right now, where do you see it, where everything is right now as this war is playing out?
Well, I think on the grander geopolitical stage, clearly you have a contest of wills emerging now between the United States and our Western allies versus Iran and Russia, and that kind of axis of authoritarians, if you will. And clearly the immediate task for Israel is dealing with the situation in Gaza. And the challenge, of course, and they have multiple, is the prospect of urban warfare. What will Hamas do with the hostages once they begin their incursion? Would it create possibly Hezbollah opening up a second front in southern Lebanon, northern Israel? Might Iran stir up passions in the West Bank and get that? And then, you know, Iran had their foreign minister was going around this weekend to many of these capitals and then said publicly that Iran would consider taking action if Israel moved into Gaza. So, look, there is a lot going on, a lot of threatening, if you will, and it's going to be a matter of seeing who blinks first. But I don't think Israel needs multiple fronts here. That is a reason, of course, why we deployed a carrier strike group to the Eastern Mediterranean.
Yeah, and there's this reporting now from the Wall Street Journal that 2,000 troops have essentially been selected for a possible deployment to Israel for purposes of advising and medical support. If you were still running the Pentagon and the commander-in-chief asked you, sir, for your recommendation on that, would you tell him that's a good idea?
I think it makes sense to move the carrier strike group into the Eastern Mediterranean. I'd probably move one into the Indian Ocean in case Iran started to get frisky over there. I don't know the purpose of 2,000 Marines. Obviously, it's another show of force. It adds more capability because you can put ground troops ashore quickly. But I don't see a role for U.S. ground troops at this point. You might see the use of special operations forces to assist with the rescue of American hostages in Gaza. But I don't see a ground role at this point in time. But it's look, you always want to give the president options, and putting the Marines there does give the president more options.
What would, and you would know as well as anyone, what would that look like if it relates to the potential of U.S. Special Forces on the ground going in, trying to save hostages?
Well, we do know we have some now assisting, training, advising. I mean, the Israelis have very capable special operations forces, but you could see the United States doing some planning alongside them. And maybe if the Israelis were going in to rescue Jews who've been taken hostage alongside Americans, you might see American special operators accompany them because those are our people. And we have an interest in making sure that we get them out safe. So you could see some type of use of or employment of SOF in that manner.
I got to run, but real quick, the current commander-in-chief, what's he done right? What's he done wrong in the first 9 days now, as you see it?
I think he's made strong statements with regard to moral clarity. I think and his support for Israel. I think he's been sending his cabinet officers there has been very good. And the deployment of these forces and provision of munitions is fine. I do think we need to take a stronger stance on Iran and make sure that he recognizes the fact that at the end of the day, this all goes back to Iran, and we're going to have to deal with Iran at some point in time. Otherwise, the problem of Hamas and Hezbollah and Shia militia groups in Iraq never goes away.
Former Defense Secretary Mark Esper, thank you for your time, sir. Hope you come on back. Would love your experience and insights at any point. Thank you. I'll pose the question here, Max. What's the president done right? What's the president done wrong so far, as you see it?
Look, the support for Israel has been astounding, resolute, incredibly strong. And I must also say that the movement by Secretary Blinken, as well as Secretary Austin, to work to stabilize the region and bring our allies along with it has been incredible. Now, here's what I will say that was done wrong, and it's not just the United States of America, it's the Israel and all the rest, and everyone's admitted this. This is a failure of the intelligence community. yet again, it's a failure of imagination to see that Hamas this is not a lone wolf actor. This is over 1,000 people moving across the border. And there's got to be a real reckoning with how we gather intelligence and how we defend ourselves and our allies.
Are we expecting Vic, Julia, the president, to go there at any point?
I wouldn't be surprised at all. There's a lot of speculation he was going today. We hadn't seen him most of the morning. He canceled a trip to Colorado to talk about green energy. I think the question that has to be answered eventually, and I think it's going to become louder and asked more often.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.